And so, despite all odds, my law enforcement career continued. All the other cops were complete chicken shits, so I was enjoying a refreshing patrol around one of our less affluent neighborhoods. How bad could it be?
So I want to point out that Postal Dude at this point in the story is actively going out of his way to do good things without any tangible immediate reward. Like, he would still get paid if he didn't do this, but he's doing this because it's a good thing. Like, specifically for that reason. And I feel that that needs drawn attention to.
Somebody call a cop.
Yeah, nothing suspicious about that.
So these robbers, they will escape your ass if you don't run after them immediately. That's happened to me a few times. You gotta fucking sprint to catch them. But after you get one of their attentions, they will stop and try to hit you. So that works in your favor. It's not so bad. But if they turn too many corners, they're just gone, and then you fail this part of the mission. So the game made fun of itself for repeating this mission type, but I like the patrol missions a lot. They're varied, and they have cute gimmicks, and they're just kind of fun. I mean, he's still playing police officer, but there's a noticeable difference in the fact that this time he's doing it just because. Like, nobody ordered him to do this. He's doing this of his own free will. And that's one of the benefits of Postal 3 and Postal 3's Postal Dude being more childish, is that, you know, there's always a pessimism and cruelty to being childish, but
I'm sure you probably have a good reason for that, but I'm gonna have to bust your ass anyway.
as I was saying, children can be very cruel, and childishness does encourage cruelty, but children can also be heedlessly, ridiculously optimistic and kind for no apparent reason. So it's, you know, there's a benefit to childishness as well. And I think Postal 3 captures both sides of being a child, if you know what I mean.
I don't feel so good.
What the hell? Snipers. I fucking hate snipers.
So, not to be rude, but to everyone that found that mission where you shoot cum to be a bit queasy, that man got his head entirely blown off. And you could see in detail his neck bone, where his head used to be, and he reflexively reached for his non-existent head before falling over dead. It's pretty ultra-violent. So I'm just saying, if you find the cum distasteful, maybe finding that ultra-violence queasy and distasteful would be appropriate too. Because, you know, shooting people with cum, personally, I think it's a bit less awful than blowing someone's head off. I get that it's more common to be exposed to violence than it is to sexuality, but, you know, one of those is definitely worse than the other, at least I think. I could be wrong, you know, you never know, maybe killing people is less bad than shooting cum at them. I've never considered that, but it could be the case. But if someone shot cum at me, I'd probably just be like, ew, and then I'd start laughing really hard, because why did someone just shoot cum at me? Who does that? Why did they do that? The surprise would probably be more funny than the fact that it was disgusting. It's like, I'd get disgusted at first, but then it would kick in that for some reason a random man just shot cum at me, and I would find that hilarious, because why did that happen? How did that happen? What's going on? Surprise is, after all, the element of comedy. Surprise is the biggest factor in people finding something humorous. You know, you see something you didn't expect to see, experience something you didn't expect to experience, and bam, you laugh. That's why shock humor is so popular. I really don't think that Postal 3's attempts to be irritating are working so well on me, because it makes fun of its mission types, it makes fun of its own humor, it makes fun of its own AI, but I don't.
Gang fight, excellent. I love it when I don't have to choose sides.
Every time Postal Dude opens his dumb man-baby mouth, I smile a little, because I just love his childish demeanor so much. He's like, oh sweet, this time I get to tase everybody and still be a good guy. That's awesome. I'm gonna tase everyone, I'm gonna tase you, and you, and you, and I'm still gonna be a good guy. This is the best day. I'm not sure what the failure state for this objective is, by the way. I really have absolutely no idea. Like, I assume if you let them punch each other long enough, they would kill each other, but you'd have to be really bad at tasing people to let that happen. For a gang fight, none of them seem to be using guns, which is a little weird, I think. They don't even have any knives, it's all fists.
Oh man, more attack monkeys. Maybe I shouldn't have freed so many of them on the alternate path.
So this is the first reference to this, but the good path and bad path in the game are happening at the same time, meaning there are two versions of Postal Dude in Catharsis actively. The one on the good path and the one on the bad path. They never meet, but there are events in the good path that could not have been possible without the alternate version of Postal Dude, and there are events in the bad path that could have not been possible with the alternate version of Postal Dude. So, it's kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time that both paths exist simultaneously in the same universe, in a way that should not be physically possible. I like that though. I really like the idea that there are two universes running parallel to each other, and occasionally they spill over just whenever it's convenient for the story. We're still not going to be playing the bad path, by the way. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but we're not. I had to tase that man to get the monkey off him. Probably not the nicest thing to do, but it had to be done or he would get murdered. The monkeys are a bit easier to deal with here because you can make them focus on you instead of any of the surrounding NPCs, so they're much easier targets. I appreciate that. Also, sometimes the monkeys will try to jump on people and just fail, and they'll float in midair instead. Don't think that's supposed to happen, but I'll take it. Makes things easier for me. Of course, you could just, you know, whip out your fire axe and chop these monkeys if you wanted to, but then we wouldn't get the no-kill ending. And I don't want to not get the no-kill ending. I want to get the no-kill ending. Are you ready for a McDonald's thing? Because it's time for some McDonald's stuff.
A gaggle of ecologists were assaulting some fast food patrons. Considering what that greasy death food was doing to their vital organs, I could almost consider it mercy killing. But my job was enforcing the law.
Kinda waiting for that Postal 3 and Sneak King crossover. I mean, obviously, in a match of Postal Dude versus Sneak King, the Sneak King would win. But still, it would be an interesting crossover. It's almost impossible to stop someone from dying during this section. Thankfully, if an ecotologist kills an innocent person, that does not count against you. Oh, also the ecotologists now have bee grenades, and they will throw bee grenades at you, and the bees will chase you around. But unfortunately for them, the bees will also chase them around and try to kill them, because they're stupid. I mean, it's obviously a commentary on the fact that if the animals are all free, then they're going to be animals and kill humans. So often the animals that the ecotologists use will in fact kill the ecotologists themselves. You also see this in the lab mission, where the monkeys and cats will kill ecotologists in addition to the lab staff. And the ecotologists still free the animals anyway, because, I don't know, I guess they're that dumb. This game is surprisingly light on mean-spirited commentary. Like, you figure, I'm looking for someone, but I don't know where they are. Oh, there they are over there. They seem to be being attacked by bees. And I don't think I'm going to... Nope, they're dead. As I was saying, I don't think I'll be able to tase them before the bees kill them, which was accurate. This game's surprisingly light on mean-spirited commentary, as I was saying. Like, it's obviously doing some social commentary, but it's not as mean about it as you'd expect. It's more mean to the player than anyone else.
One of the stoner zealots had a map to their secret compound in his pocket. This seemed like a revelation, despite the nagging suspicion that I already had been there on an alternate path mission. But whatever, I'm sure the lieutenant would be interested in this information.